Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Thunder's gone, the rain is coming down. If you look up to the sky, you see things are clearing out. Everything is gonna be okay, even when it's not. All storms pass eventually. Know you have a lot. You got me, you got mom, got all the things that you've become. Me, you got mom, got a loving home where you're from. You got me, you got mom, so love your family. You only get one, only get one. Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone, maybe it's not too long until you rest your head and get some sleep. Try to dream of something sweet. You're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, tonight.
Hi. Did you miss us? We were just live, weren't we? We decided to go live again because we did see some rotation here in Eastern Ontario on these storms here. And the stretch, Dr. Sills has been talking about the tilting stretching parameter has actually been showing up pretty strong. This storm that went east of Castleman here, when I look at it from Blainville radar, from the Montreal radar, basically, and I track it back, you can see this is why we did rotation detected right here near Sandringham, Dyer area. It's just east of Castleman. That is a pretty obvious couplet there. Now, how it kind of didn't maintain itself here, but maybe transferring a bit of the energy over here. Thankfully, still in the polygon. Right here near, how do you pronounce that? Lochnavar? Is it Lochnavar? Let me know in the comments, please. So yeah, I do have to go pick up my kid from school at 2:45 here. So I have to boogie, but I think we should be able to track this at least till it moves out of Eastern Ontario. And then we might go into hybrid mode. And then when I get back, I can keep watching what's going on in Quebec, because it looks like there could be some risk in Quebec as well too here. The VTP is a 1, so there's that. Looks like we do have some non-sup potential over in Saskatchewan as well too. So we're going to keep an eye on what's happening here. Alexandria area, some pretty grumpy storms in there, and some pretty strong wind gusts. Actually, we're seeing 97 kilometers an hour in Alexandria. That's under a severe thunderstorm warning right now, and a tornado warning has been issued from Environment Canada. Just as we're sitting here, we just noticed that there is a tornado warning on that particular storm. So there's that. So tornado warning now on the storm that had the rotation. And if you're in Alexandria area, I would be taking shelter with that one. Let me just hit refresh here. Load up Instant Weather Pro. And should be able to get some details on that. Yeah, tornado warning. This is one of the rare Ontario regions that has a very small polygon. Typically, they're much larger. But yeah, 2:01 p.m. Eastern, Environment Canada meteorologists are tracking a severe thunderstorm that is possibly producing a tornado. Damaging winds, large hail, and locally intense rainfall are also possible. Yada, 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 blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Yeah, so, okay. So we did a polygon for, actually, if we go back even further, where did our other polygon go? We had a polygon previously about severe thunderstorm potential. I think that one may have vanished. And then we did rotation detected at 148. And then the tornado warning was issued at 2:01. So 13 minutes later, we have the tornado warning from Environment Canada. And yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not sure if they notified it from that previous rotation over there, or maybe they're notifying this. It's hard to say. I don't think they showed the location details. Let me go check the raw data just to make sure, but I don't think they did. Let's see here. Second here. Yeah, that's a rare one. Normally they do locations impacted include, but in this particular case, maybe because it's such a small polygon already, they didn't do the locations impacted include. Maybe they just wanted to get it out quickly and they just kind of clicked on this box, click, and then click tornado warning. So it went out fast. Maybe that's why. But yeah, typically we get the details. So that's strange. But anyways, tornado warning. For the Alexandria area, we were just talking about Alexandria. When we do have, there are wind gusts in there at 97 kilometers an hour, so that's dangerous on its own. And then if maybe it's this pocket, I don't know. Typically, they let us know like which part of the storm they're talking about. Now, this is obviously a line, right? So you could have QLCS kind of tornado spin ups along that line. But yeah, so. I wonder, is anybody in Ottawa getting that tornado warning? Like, how far did it go? Did it hit? Did Ottawa actually get the tornado warning or no? So tornado warning for Russell. So, you just got it on your phone, but Russell has no tornado warning. Looks like Brennan has done the overlay. Thank you, Brennan. Appreciate it. Yeah, so a lot of places are going to get the tornado warning, but you're fine. Like Castleman got a tornado warning, but the storms are east of you, right? The storms are just about to move into Quebec, so they're over here by Alexandria, and they're moving off to the east. So, but did anybody in Ottawa? No warning in Ottawa. Okay, so just far enough away, right? This is just far enough away that cell tower didn't hit people in Ottawa. So nothing for Ottawa. Perfect. Okay, good. Yes, Ottawa got a tornado warning. I spoke too soon. It's probably people in like eastern Ottawa that would have picked up that cell signal, and then probably people in like central and western Ottawa like don't. Like if you did get a tornado warning in Ottawa, let me know what side of Ottawa do you live on? Do you live on like the east side? East side. Sorry, I can't help myself. What's cool now? Look at this. I get notifications now. I can't show you. I guess I could. But anyways, I get notifications now. If you report in the app of tornado or wind damage or a bunch of like the really severe reports now, I get an automatic text message so I can go check on that in the background, which is helpful, right? Let me see here. Too many windows open. My goodness. Okay. Closing, 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 closing. Okay. I've closed a lot of windows. There we go. I can get back to taking a look at those reports. So I'll go take a look at that. Give me 1 second here. Actually, will it work here? Let's see. Let me see. But yeah, tornado warning on that cell. 14% tornado risk on that cell as well, too, from IW Storm Risk here using Instant Weather Pro. By the way, lots of improvements coming to the iPhone and Android and iPad and tablet version of Instant Weather Pro that's like baked right into our app. There's a whole bunch of improvements we're doing to it. So yeah, it's going to get a lot better. It's so smooth when you use it on the inside the actual app. It's just you want the functionality to be as good as the web app, right? Because we have so much functionality baked into the web app. But those are two separate development paths. So it's like everything cool we do on the web app, we have to replicate into the actual app because it's completely different code base, right? Okay, let's look at I want to see if I can community reports. Yeah. And I can bring that down to 1 hour. Okay. And I can open the summary. And you have no idea what I'm talking about. It's all happening in the background, but I'm just double checking here. Okay. So, 206. Interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so someone reported it's pretty windy down in, there's a wind warning, right, down in Niagara area, and someone reported somewhat wind damage near Welland. Oh, why did it go into historical mode? That was weird. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so some wind damage reports down there. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So Southern Welland, thank you for the report. Some wind damage in Niagara, which would make sense because, of course, there is a wind warning down there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I just got a notification. So now instead of me having to like dig through the report, I just automatically get a text if you report something wild, right? And I'm gonna make sure others on the team get that as well too. And then and that's pretty useful. So the second we get a report of wind damage, it could be this right here near Dalkeith. This kind of has, yeah, it's got something going on right there. So it could be that. Could be that. There's also, yeah, there's little pockets of rotation kind of embedded kind of northeast of Alexandria. There's the one near Dalkeith. I wonder if they're going to extend that into Quebec. It looks like they did extend the tornado warning to it must be the cell, right? Because they've extended it over here. Like if it was this cell, which does have rotation, by the way, down here near Alexandria, then, it's not even there yet. So they'd probably extend it into Quebec, but they have extended it up here to East Hawkesbury area. So now I bet you everybody in Ottawa got a tornado warning. Let me know in the comments. I'm jumping back to the comments here. Now I bet you at least most people in Ottawa got the tornado warning. People in Cornwall got it. Yeah, there's no tornado warning in Cornwall. You're good. Just because, and we talk about this a lot on the stream, but just because you get a notification like an Amber Alert that says you have a tornado warning. I mean, the first step is like get to safety, make sure you're in a sturdy structure, make sure you're at lowest level, or at least on the main floor, and then double check on our free app Instant Weather and see, do I actually have a tornado warning for my location, or is it only that I got notified because of the proximity effect? So here's the question: did you get a proximity tornado warning, or did you get a tornado warning because you're actually included in the tornado warning? Then there's also like the next level of, okay, I'm included in the tornado warning, but I'm over here in Tayside, or I'm over here in, Avonmore, and the storms are east of me now, right? Like, so there's the next level. So the first level is, did you get it because you're near the tornado warning? The second one is, are you actually inside of the tornado warning polygon? And the third one is the storm even heading towards my area? Like those are kind of the three Those are the three levels of, does this actually matter to me, right? Eventually, when Environment Canada comes out with storm-based warnings, it's going to narrow things down a lot more. And then the proximity notifications won't be as massive. They're going to be a lot smaller. That'll be sweet. And then it's still the question of, are you actually in the path? But typically, if you're in like the narrow polygon, then it's worth taking shelter, because even if you're not necessarily in the path of storms can change direction, right? So you can be like, that storm's going north of me. I'm just going to ignore it. And then the thing starts to turn to the right and you're not paying attention. And then it comes right through your town or something, right? So those are kind of all the things you have to put into place with these events. But yeah, definitely seen pockets of rotation within this line, QLCS rotation within this line. Lots of tilting and stretching going on. Certainly a concern with the storm. So if you are in extreme eastern Ontario and you're in extreme southwestern, so southeastern Ontario and extreme southwestern Quebec, then you want to pay attention with this line coming through. Now, Cornwall does not have the tornado warning. There are some storms that will eventually stretch over to the Cornwall area. If I go back here, there's storms all the way south of Smith Falls, northwest of Kingston. There's a whole bunch of different little storms here. Most of them look not too aggressive at the moment. But, we have to watch them because they're coming into an environment that does have a risk here, right? So there is some VTP, some violent tornado parameter mixing in. You can see it in the orange outline here. And so, yeah, basically east of Kingston, north and east of Kingston, those areas really kind of need to pay attention over the next little bit. And of course, if you're in the tornado warning right now, seeing some really, really strong wind gusts here near Avondale. So we just talked about Avondale, not really having paid attention, but then on the next frame, the storm that was coming in really kicked it up a notch, and 101.16 kilometers an hour wind gusts. So yeah. Sorry, I said Avonmore. That's why. Avonmore was way back there. How many Avons? Is it Avon or Avon? How many Avons do we have in Eastern Ontario? It seems like there's several, at least. So we'll see if, it would make sense, I think, these are two offices here, right? So there's the Ontario office and then there's the Quebec office. So I'm using my little drawing tool because it's fun. This is all covered by the Quebec office, all Montreal, et cetera, right? Et cetera. And then this is all covered by, of course, the OSPC. So there's the OSPC. This is Ontario, right? This is Ontario, and this is Quebec. So I need to work on my writing skills here. So yeah, basically the QSPC covers this. The OSPC covers this. I don't know if they're on the phone to each other right now, but I'm sure the QSPC is paying attention to the fact there's a tornado warning issued by the OSPC that's coming into their district, whatever you would call it here. Yeah, so definitely rotation on this line. And this, of course, the Alexandria area tracking to the east, and that's going to head. This whole line could pretty much head right into Montreal, right? It's all going to head right into Montreal here. So, and there's rotation up here as well too in Quebec. It's pretty broad, but it's worth paying attention to as well. So, a few different little pockets of rotation, definitely worth paying attention to here. Let me just switch to dual, triple. Should probably be watching triple more often so we can see if there's any debris signatures. But let's jump back to single. Okay. Yeah, 11% tornado risk still on that cell. Environment Canada did extend the tornado warning, but again, Ottawa is not. There's no tornado warning for Ottawa. I know you're close to one, but there's no tornado warning for Ottawa. There obviously now is a tornado warning for like Clarence Rockland, for Castleman, for Russell. Those areas are fine. Alfred and Plantagenet, those areas are totally fine. All that matters is the areas that are close to the Quebec border here. And of course, this line coming in eventually towards Cornwall. But Cornwall is also not in a tornado warning at this time. Switch over to swipe mode again so we can swipey swipe. Love swiping. Someone said, "Oh yeah, how intense the rotation is stateside compared to here." It all depends on the event, right? There's events where the rotation in Canada is just as intense as what you see down the states, but way, way, way more often there do you see absolutely stunning, ridiculous, um, you know, clear as day rotation on storms. Here it's a little bit trickier at times to kind of, is that rotation or is that noise, or, is it just really strong winds? Like we have really strong winds here, 95 kilometers an hour near North Lancaster. That's the Blainville radar though, but that may be the closer one right now. Yeah, that is the closer one. So, but we also have a US radar down here. We have KTYX and we have KCXX. Let's take a look at KCXX. Nothing too exciting from that radar. It's kind of picking up on this rotation up here, though. This broad rotation in Quebec, northeast, or kind of near the Brownsburg area. So I go back to Blainville, you can kind of see it there. Let's go to Tilt 2. You might be able to see it a bit higher. Yeah, there's some broad rotation on that part of the cell up here. And then again, we have the tornado warning covering this. So this is why county-based warnings are kind of brutal. As you can see, the storm is in this tiny section of this giant polygon. Like at least this one is a nice small polygon. That's a very rare case where there's a nice tiny little tornado. Same with probably the Cornwall one. It's probably a very small polygon here. But this giant polygon, that's not only is it having to notify Clarence Rockland and Russell and Castleman where there is no risk at all, then it's also giving proximity tornado warnings to Ottawa. Because if there is a cell tower, in North Russell, and that cell tower can hit basically everybody in Ottawa. Everybody in Ottawa gets like a tornado warning on their phone. But there is no tornado risk right now for Ottawa. There is no tornado risk for Russell, Castleman, Rockland, Clarence Rockland area. The only risk right now is going to be areas east of Alexandria at this point and tracking into Quebec. Also, we've got the Williamsburg storms down here. They look pretty boring right now, but that can change quickly, as we saw. From one frame to the next, they really jumped up in strong winds there. So damaging wind risk for this area. This area is all under severe thunderstorm warning. We just got a new radar update. Let's see here what we got. Yeah, still seeing those really, really strong winds here by, how do you pronounce this? Let's see if I can get this thing to pronounce it. Saint-Telesphore. If you live near Saint-Telesphore, tell us what you're experiencing, if it's safe to do so, because those winds look wild on radar. 91.44 kilometers an hour. Yeah. Just got the phone alert, says Christina. Hawkesbury, let's see here. I think you're up. You're further up, right? Yeah. You're over here. And Hawkesbury's absolutely, positively fine. Normally, I'd say go back to bed, but that would have been last night's stream. So unless you are looking for an afternoon siesta, like whatever you're into. Some strong winds are starting to develop now. Starting to see more strong development. Cornwall could be into some strong winds here. I actually have a friend in that area. I should send them a notification here. Let's see here. See what they say about that. Okay. Tornado in our area. Yeah, see that's the weird wording. Like we don't know for sure. It's the strange wording of the automatic kind of like government level alerts, the alert ready system. It says like tornado in your region, but even when it's just like, even with just there's some rotation on radar and Environment Canada issues a tornado warning in that regard, like if they don't get a report that there's a tornado on the ground, they obviously still issue proactive tornado warnings when there's rotation, right? But it's very, very not clear when it comes through. It just says like tornado in your alerting region. And so people take that as like, oh, they're saying there's a tornado on the ground for sure. But that's not always the case, right? So it's kind of confusing. It'd be wonderful. I don't. They probably will just ignore me. I don't know. I'd like to reach out and say, "Hey, any chance you can change that so that you can say radar indicated, radar indicated tornado, or you can say um, tornado reported, or like because those are two very different things. Obviously, if there's when there's rotation on radar and it's looking strong and there's a tornado warning, of course you're taking shelter for that because if it's rotating at any point in time, it can plop one down, right? But it's a very different thing when you're kind of like, how far into our safety plan are we going to go? Are we going to like huddle under the stairs with the spiders? Like what at what level are we actually taking shelter? It's nice to know confirmed tornado on the ground, right? That's kind of a nice to know thing. Because then you're like, okay, if it's radar, okay, we're in the basement, we're ready. If it's confirmed on the ground and so anyways, that's why we go live. That's why we send out custom notifications, is because we try to let you know more information, because that was my absolute frustration, was where is the rest of the info? Like before any of this happened, before any of this started, 13 years ago, before instant weather started, it was just me staring at the red bar on the bottom of the screen, reading the same tornado warning 75 times in a row, waiting for more information, going, where's the information? So anyways, and finally I'm like, that's it. As soon as I started to figure out the information, I'm like, oh, there is lots of information, just nobody knows about it and nobody's talking about it. So maybe we should start a Facebook page. That's basically how this went. As one of our members always said, is to bring like the information that spotters know, that chasers know, but to everybody, right? Because there's a lot of people that know what's going on and they're just not talking about it. And so that was kind of our whole mentality, was like, let's raise awareness about tornadoes and severe weather in Canada. So that's kind of where this all started, right? Anyways, a little backstory for you there. Is it any wonder my favorite Led Zeppelin song is Ramble On? I don't know if that's my favorite. I like Misty Mountain Hop too. It was awesome. Lana says, I'm so grateful you started this, as it has helped me so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I'm grateful that we're able to help. Is Clarence Rockland going to have a tornado? Nah. Are you just trying to troll me? Is the TDTW down again? Is my favorite radar down? No, my favorite radar. Orange is not a good sign. Not a good sign. 3 hours ago. We better get the duct tape out and get that thing working again. Let's see where these storms are going. Shall I hit play on the future radar? What do you think? Let's do it. The future radar on this one kind of chugs a bit, but we'll see. We'll see if it handles it. Now, storms are going right into Montreal, so that's going to be interesting. Could see some rotation around that area. Whoa, there we go. Okay. Whoa, too flashy. This one's a bit experimental. The one on the app works great, but this one's a bit experimental. We need to work with it a bit more. Okay. A storm north of Baynesville, Quebec is looking... Oh, sorry, not Baynesville, Quebec. Baynesville, is that still Ontario? Oh, it's just barely Ontario. Yeah, the line is right here. So there's a rotation right there as well, too. Let me take a look at Tilt 2 on that. And what does reflectivity look like? I don't like the look of that. What does storm relative velocity look like? Interesting. I'm going to go minor rotation on that one, I think. Whoa, little big. Let's do that. It's a bit big. And, oh, my friend from the Cornwall area just said, thanks for the heads up there. All right, going to do a minor rotation on this one here. Minor rotation. 30 kilometers northeast of Cornwall near Alexander. Oh, that's not where it is. Near Curry Hill. Or Bainesville. North Lancaster. East of North Lancaster. East of North Lancaster. Is that? Totally spelled that wrong. Caster. Okay. Lancaster. Ontario, traveling east, northeast at 87 kilometers an hour. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Maintains the speed. It's going to go near those areas and yada, 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 yada. I don't know if that's correct, so I'm going to drop all that. Copy that, paste it in the Quebec one, and then I'm going to send notification to 1,719 people in this area. Wow. Okay. Sounds good. Oh, I guess because it does include Montreal. That would make sense. All right. That's notified minor rotation on that one. Is it just me, or did the QSBC not continue the tornado warning into Quebec? Looks like they did not. There's my polygon right there. We've received 3 warnings for Clarence Creek. Yeah, there's a lot of areas that have received the tornado warning. And to clarify, there's a lot of areas that are not in any risk of a tornado. In fact, basically the entire tornado warning has no rotation inside of it at this point. Now, areas east of the tornado warning. So if you're in, is it Rigaud? Rigaud? Oh, Rigaud. Okay. If you're in Rigaud, Quebec, then that voice, it almost sounds like Alana said that to me, but it wasn't. Ooh, I got another wind damage reported. I'm going to go check that out. I love that new text feature. That's great. All right. That's so much more useful than me like, hey, maybe I should check on the... It makes it so much more actionable, right? Looks like Dalton did a minor rotation notification on one. Oh, okay. Near Quebec City, I think. I'll go double check that one. But yeah, anyways, it makes it great. So basically, you send a notification, I immediately get, if you send wind damage reported or something to that extent, I will automatically get notified. And then I can go find that here. Ooh. Oh, we're getting some reports. Okay. Is that? I see. I can just open up the summary map and then I'll find out. Hawkesbury area? Interesting. Someone's saying damaging winds in Hawkesbury. So reporting some pretty strong winds. Should make that clarification here. Damaging winds as opposed to wind damage, right? Okay, yeah. So up here, someone's saying damaging winds could be someone's interpretation of we're getting really, really, really strong winds, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're reporting damage. And I appreciate, people being specific about that. The winds going into Rigaud? Was it Rigaud? Okay. The winds into Rigaud right now are pretty strong, 93.24 kilometers an hour. And that, let's see what it looks like from the Blainville radar. Not as strong, 67. Okay. But yeah, really strong winds there for sure. I have no doubt that they're going to probably remove these. I should just say probably because I don't know for sure, but remove those tornado warnings pretty soon because those storms are basically out of the tornado warnings now. But this storm coming into Cornwall is looking pretty grumpy. Could see some strong winds. And yep. Uh-huh. All right. Oh, I should go check on that rotation that Dalton posted about, which I believe. Where did he post that? Was it near Quebec City? Oh, it's this one west of Sherbrooke. Oh, okay. Okay, let me double check here. Sherbrooke? Sherbrooke? Quebec? Ah, I see it. Okay. Which radar? Pretty messy in there. Mm, see on this. Yeah, a little bit of minor in there. Yeah, it's on a couple tilts. All right, all right. Worth a minor on that one, I would think. Let's move to the northeast towards the Sherbrooke area at the moment, east of Montreal. And let's see here. Yeah, that storm coming into Cornwall, though, looking pretty grumpy. We got 91.44 kilometer an hour wind gusts on that one. And that's actually parallel to the winds there, that because that's from Franktown. So that might actually be the better look at that storm. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give Cornwall a little notification here. Our friends in the Cornwall area. I'm going to click on those strong winds. And let's go back and make ourselves a track here. That track is way too wide. And let's do something like that. Just want to make sure everybody there knows what's up with those strong winds. Actually, let's rotate that slightly. Make this a little bit bigger and a little bit wider there. These storms are moving pretty quick. So something like that. Good. Maybe a little bit stretched down. Let's see here. Maybe more like that. Okay. Looks good. Something along that line, I think would be good. Really, really strong winds over here as well, too. 101 kilometer an hour near North Lancaster is about to get some pretty darn strong winds on that one. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Whoa. It's even stronger here by North Lancaster. Let's see here. And that's tracked now to the east. Okay, so that was earlier. And let's see what's going on for Cornwall area. Yeah, still some strong winds in there. 91. Actually, Cornwall's already under a severe thunderstorm warning on that one. I'm going to hold off on that. You're already under a severe thunderstorm warning, so you already know what's up. Don't need to be too redundant there. St. Polycarp area, is that how you pronounce it? Polycarpe? Saint Polycarp. If you're in Saint Polycarp, I can't. I have a hard time doing that. A little bit of a. I mean, nuts here. Let me refresh. There we go. Yeah, that is in a VTP of one there. This whole pocket actually, so there could be a little bit of isolated rotation in here. But really, really strong winds here. We're seeing 101 kilometer an hour. I got a boogie in about 10 minutes. Okay, I see. So we might stop the stream as soon as I leave, but when I come back, we may restart it, depending on what's going on. Oh boy. Okay, okay. Yeah, that broad rotation is getting a little bit less broad. Right here is an interesting view. Reflectivity is a bit strange, though. Hold on a second here. Wait, where am I going? Stop it. There we go. It's interesting there's a break in it, though. It's almost like it could be a downburst or something. Hmm. Hmm. I don't like the look of that. I'm going to notify Miner on that one. Could be downbursty, but it's certainly got my attention. Finally fixed this thing, the minor rotation thing, so it works out better here. Storm located 14 kilometers northwest of St. Columbian. Yeah, cool. All right. Looks good to me. That's in Quebec. I'm just going to go minor rotation on that one. 2 hours. Send to 32 people. Okay, cool. Sweet. 31. Close enough. Yeah, minor rotation on that Lakefield storm. It's worth keeping an eye on. Let's take a look back at Cornwall. We just got a new radar update. Looking pretty windy. That's from Blainville. Let's take a look at from Franktown, which is actually the better radar to look at this for these winds. 79. It's going to be pretty windy in Cornwall. I don't know if it's going to reach severe thresholds, but it's going to get there. This storm here, that is tracking southeast of Haynesville, near the Iroquois area, 73 kilometers an hour. So some pretty strong winds in there as well. Let's back it up here. Is that tornado warning for Athens? They just issued a tornado warning. Environment Canada has a new tornado warning way back here. What? Let's take a look at the KTYX radar. Maybe it shows it better. It's getting warned in here. Did they get a report? They must have got a report. I'm not seeing any strong rotation. Maybe it was a land spout. So they've tornado warned east of Kingston on this storm here. Let me go back a frame. What are they notifying? Maybe there's a report. I haven't received any reports via our app. Oh, okay. I see a bit of rotation there. I see it right here, northwest of Athens. Let's see what the tornado warning says. They didn't do the locations impacted include again. So, no details. Okay. Somewhere in here. Somewhere. I'm pretty sure if I go to tilt 2, let's see. I think it's this. It's very, very soft, but like northeast of Delta heading towards Athens. There's kind of some broad rotation in here. Message Dr. Sills about it. See if he's seen something I'm not. Maybe they got a report. I don't know. Oh, we got a report from Ingleside. And it looks like a bit of a wall cloud coming down on that one. But yeah, unexpected tornado warning for areas south of Franktown near Athens area. Trying to get some more details on it. There's a little bit of VTP in the area. There's a little bit of violence radar parameter there. I got to leave in about 4 minutes. So maybe we do keep the stream going there, Brennan. At least until the tornado warnings are gone from this area. Probably a lot of people. I bet you Kingston got the tornado warning, but there is no tornado warning for Kingston. I just want to clarify. What about Ottawa? Ottawa is fine. Take a look at Cornwall. Strong winds coming into Cornwall. It's going to get pretty gusty. Really strong winds over here. near a few different places, places such as Les Cèdres and places such as. No, that's way too. That wasn't very French at all. Okay. I thought I had this thing set to French. Okay, here we go. Gotta set it to French. Okay. Um, yeah. So that storm's still coming in pretty darn hot. Really strong wind gusts in there. 107 kilometers an hour. Wow, really strong. Oh boy. Yeah, the storm's looking pretty grumpy. Ah, Zotique. Okay, let me refresh that. All right, yeah. So tornado warning here for the Athens area. I'm guessing. Oh, we just got a radar update, and warning says over Morton. Oh, here we go. A thunderstorm is possibly producing a tornado over Morton. Morton? Morton. Maybe it's down here? Oh, okay. This is what they were warning. Uh, um, Morton? Right here. Oh, okay. Maybe it's this. I see. So there's some broad there, and it's got the classic S. So right, there's an S. There's something going on here. There was some kind of soft upper level rotation from the far away KTYX radar. Interesting. So they put a tornado warning on that, which is interesting. Seen near Saint, is it Placide? Hey, seen a little tail there and some rotation. Actually, in fact, that is definitely rotating. It's still inside of my rotation polygon, I believe. I'm going to do a new one on that though. That's definitely got a tail. All right, I got to boogie and pick. Oh, sorry, my bad. I got to pick up my little guy here. Great track right from Saint Placide. Yeah, and then let's go back frame or two near Rigo. Brandon, can you let me know when you're ready? I got a boogie. And Elena's here too. Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever.
Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna switch it over.
Whoa, you're loud. Okay, 1 second here. But maybe that I might have just had my speaker turned up really loud. Is Brennan too loud, or was he the same volume as me? Can you let me know? I see it. Okay, here we go. Oopsie. Saint Placide, tracking to the northeast. And it's got a tail on it too, which is a bit concerning. Saint Placide. Okay. Let's see here. Near Saint Placide. Is that what PLA? Yeah. PLACIDE. That's
Down my volume a bit. Is that better?
Oh, did he say little loud? Too loud, they said.
I just
No,
adjusted it.
no. I know you just,
Okay.
they meant from before. Yeah. I think it's probably better now. Traveling east northeast at 70 kilometers an hour. And I'm definitely going to go Rotation detected on that one. The storm located 4.9 kilometers south of Mirabel near St. Placid, traveling east-northeast, maintains the speed, blah, 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 yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Looks good to me. I'm going to send that out right now for our friends in Quebec. I'm going to go orange. And that's at 247 to 226 people. Sending. It's a polygon time. All right, I got a boogie. I will be back as I can. And I'll still be watching radar. I'm going to be, obviously, sitting in the car for a bit, waiting for the bell to ring, all that stuff. So I will be continuing to watch radar. I'll maybe even try to jump on if I can a little bit when I'm in the car here. And I can probably still send out some polygons. Morrisburg getting some strong winds in there. Yeah, definitely some strong winds in there. So yeah, please be safe if you're in the path of these storms. How do you pronounce that here? One sec. It's Beauharnois area is going to see some pretty strong winds here, 101 kilometers an hour. Those are a bit weaker if you go to the radar that's nearby. However, that radar is parallel to the winds. It's probably picking up on it a bit more. What is U.S. radar? U.S. radar is not as strong, but still it's a bit perpendicular to the winds there. So that definitely plays a role. All right. Keep an eye on these tornado warnings down here, Brennan. Appreciate it. And yeah, keep the stream going. And then when I come back, I'll just tick back over. So I should be back by, I don't know, about 3:40-ish, somewhere in there. Okay. Thanks so much. And I think Alana's here. Oh, she's here as well, too. Okay, perfect. Great. Brennan and Alana got you. They're going to track these storms. And if anything interesting happens, they'll definitely let you know. Hybrid stream. So Brennan's going to pop in as he can. Ooh, Prescott. There was looks like a little bit of a funnel cloud, maybe funnel cloud from Prescott. We just got a photo. Let's see here. Prescott. Definitely a low-hanging section of that storm. And that is right there. Oh, interesting. Let's see here. Is that the latest frame? Let me see. What's Tilt 2 talking about? That's an interesting little pocket. And that was at 2:30. So that was actually way back here when they saw that. That was quite a while ago. So I don't know if it was the storm obviously not the storm that's currently on top of that area right now. No. Okay. All right. Going into hybrid mode, Brendan's going to obviously chime in when needed, and Alana will as well too. And I will be back with you by about 3:40. Stay safe, everybody. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to take over for a minute and just give you an update on what the storm is doing. So right now we have a tornado warning in effect for the Gananoque area up into Westport, Toledo, heading into Athens. Those are the main concerns with these storms at the moment. And I'm just going to take a look along this line, crossing the international border into Quebec as well. Cornwall is getting a bit of a storm, but it's kind of like fluctuating a bit. Like it's not that strong right now. Let me check velocity here. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much right now. There is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, I believe. Yeah, so maybe some strong winds with that line. But that's about the concern. The main concern with the tornado warning to the south here continues. I'm not seeing much in terms of rotation here. Let me look at other radars here. Sounds like some people are having issues with my voice. Let me see if I can turn it up a bit. Okay, how's that? Can everyone hear me good? Okay, sounds good. So right now, the main concern would be heading into the Brockville area with this cluster of storms that's tornado warned right now. Brockville doesn't have a tornado warning. They do have a severe thunderstorm warning, but these tornado warned storms are tracking towards Brockville, so we'll have to watch to see if the rotation continues into Brockville. In the latest few scans I'm seeing from at least Franktown radar, doesn't seem to be that convincing in terms of rotation. Just double checking to see what further radar stations show. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it, so I wouldn't be surprised if Environment Canada decides not to continue the tornado warning to the east into Brockville, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So right now, if there's any risk, it would be near the Athens area, heading to Greenbush, Glenborough, Eludida. I'm gonna butcher these town names just as bad as Adam, so bear with me, please. And then there's a cluster further to the south that's also under the tornado warning through Black Rapids, Sealy Bay, leads in the Thousand Islands, Mallory Town, Holland, Eden Grove, Rockport. We'll have to watch how these storms develop, but they do seem to be kind of weakening a bit. So we'll keep an eye on that. Just going to check a few other things here. Most of these storms are going off into Quebec, but interestingly, they don't seem to be maintaining their strength as they go into Quebec. Right now, it's going into the Montreal area, but I'm not sure if Montreal is even going to get these. So it looks like it's really falling apart here. The strongest portions are going stateside into upstate New York and eventually Vermont and New Hampshire. So we'll have to see what they do, but basically the only concern right now I would have is to the west of Brockville with these cluster of storms that are under the tornado warning, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. So we'll keep watching that. I'm going to put some music on in the background because I have to do some work in the background. But I will chime in as we get new radar scans and we'll go over them together and we'll see how the storm is progressing. So I'll talk to you really soon. Stay tuned.
Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long until you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Only get one. go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone. Maybe it's not too long until you rest your head and get some sleep. Try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine. Tonight, gonna sleep just fine.
Okay, Brennan popping in here with another update. It looks like our tornado warnings have all ended, which we kind of expected because the rotation has kind of fallen apart on this storm. It has been replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm just going to go through the details here to see what Environment Canada is warning about. So the thunderstorm's location from Lancaster to Lyndhurst, moving quickly to the northeast at 60 kilometers an hour. There is a damaging west of wind, 90 kilometers an hour. They do mention the risk of a tornado. So even though they dropped the tornado warning, they replaced it with a severe thunderstorm warning that does mention the risk of a tornado. So it still can't be ruled out. But I'm not seeing anything specific on radar here that stands out to me. We haven't gotten a new frame. I'm just going to turn off the outline with the alert so I can see them better here. Yeah, I'm still not really seeing anything specific. Did we get a new frame? Oh no. No, we didn't. It tricked me. I'm just going to take a look up here into the storms that are going into Quebec. They have some interesting shape to them, but I don't see anything on velocity here. I'm going to keep an eye on them, but we might be getting to the end of the stream, I'm pretty sure, because once these storms that are moving into the Brockville area move out of the area, basically everyone's going to be in the clear, at least in Eastern Ontario. There might be still a bit of a risk into Quebec, but I know we're getting a lot of comments. I can't keep up with them to answer specific questions about particular areas, as we have 1,300 people watching right now. We're just flooded with comments. But the broad answer I can give to most people is that unless you're like living right along the international border along New York, like Brockville, Morrisburg, down in the Gananoque area, although Gananoque might be getting missed here, I think they may, because these storms are tracking the east. You may get a bit, and there is some storms heading towards through Tweed right now that may affect the Kingston and Gananoque area, but they look like they're weaker too. So the main event is about to move stateside. So the risk for basically everyone except along the St. Lawrence River, probably okay. We'll keep watching, but unless you're under severe thunderstorm warning right now, I don't think you're going to see any additional severe thunderstorm warnings issued outside of where we are right now. So we'll keep watching. I want to see how these storms to the west of Kingston develop. Maybe they have some potential, but I'm skeptical. We'll see. I'm just going to take a look to see if they're maybe strengthening. They're not weakening, but they're not like getting any stronger. So Kingston may get a storm shortly because these storms are moving to the east. So it's going to be tight. So maybe the north end of Kingston might get a storm, but I don't think it's going to be severe. You're still under severe thunderstorm watch, I believe. Oh, it looks like we may have a special guest that might be coming on the stream too. I see him smiling in the background. Might be a car stream soon. There he is.
Car stream.
How I can get you on here. I'm
How's
trying
my
to
audio though? Is it brutal? It's just on the smack. Okay,
It sounds fine to me.
it's
I'm
fine.
just
All right,
figuring
cool.
out how I can put you on the stream here. Let me see.
Well, I think I can share. Oh yeah, I have to share my
I
screen.
have to add you to the
Oh, I should download
overlay.
OBS on this Mac.
I think I can do it. One sec.
Well, you can just like put me as a little overlay,
There we
right?
are. I got you.
Well, I don't see me.
I got you in the background. I'm just
Okay.
adjusting it.
I'd rather just be a tiny little square. You know what I got to do though? I'm going to download OBS on this Mac here.
There we go. You're
Let's
on the
see
stream
here.
now.
Hi. I'm parked at my kid's school and I got to get out of the car in 15 minutes. So 15-minute car stream. How do you like this sweet? My aunt got me this. She's like in the movie industry and she was actually at the Twisters premiere and they were giving these rain jackets out. She's like, I know who wants that. And so she got one for me. It's pretty sweet. Streaming from the car. Streaming from the car. No, that works. You just stuck me at the top right there. Perfect. What did I miss? It looks like they dropped the tornado warnings.
Yeah, they dropped the tornado warning, and it looks like the storm's getting a lot weaker generally. The strongest section of it is heading into New York. Even up into Quebec, it's really falling apart as it tracks into Quebec. You can see up here. Actually, I'm gonna adjust you a bit because you're too
You can make
big.
me way smaller if you want. I'm just a head. I'm a floating head. I'm downloading OBS as we speak, so I'll try to get it going, and then I'll be able to capture my. This should actually be able to run no problem with me capturing my. So I got my mobile streaming center now. Sweet.
And then I'm gonna remove the hybrid stream icon. There we go. We're a bit better. So yeah, that storms that were in extreme eastern Ontario near the Alexandria area that were tornado warned earlier do seem to be weakening as they move into Montreal.
Oh, that's good. That's a pretty big populated area, so.
So it looks like the main concern right now is as these storms track into Brockville very shortly. I'm not sure if they're going to do anything. The severe thunderstorm warning does mention a risk of a tornado. So even though they dropped the tornado warning.
What's this Scud photo we got here from Sean Little?
Let me see. Is it a video? Oh, it's a video. I'm just playing it here.
Yeah, it looks like a bunch of Scud hanging down there. I'm not seeing any rotation at all. Interesting. I was surprised they issued those tornado warnings on that storm in the Athens
I wonder
area.
if they got a report maybe?
They must have. Maybe some stuff was hanging down like this. You never know. Like, they kind of have to act on reports, right? When stuff is dangling down from a storm and the storm's got a little bit of broad rotation, and someone calls in, they have to act on it. Let's see here. Download. Okay, I'm downloading. What's my speed here? Okay, I got to download a 180 megabyte OBS file, and then I should be able to throw the radar on and then just control it from here. Yep. I felt an earthquake this. Oh, was there an earthquake this morning in Eastern Quebec? Thanks for the super chat, by the way. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I believe it was a 4.4 magnitude.
Wow. That's decent.
Oh, I guess we should have asked our resident earthquake nerd. She would know.
I thought you were the resident volcano nerd. Are you earthquake and volcano nerd?
Well, they're both kind of the same thing.
It's all geology, natural disaster stuff.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I'm like, is that? I had the word geology in my head. I'm like, is that the right term? Yeah, it's all geological, right? Let's see here. But is it logical? Is the question. It's geological. Can you? Is there any way to predict that stuff? Not really. That's tricky. I think probably the only way to predict earthquakes is like there's been a bunch of earthquakes in this area, so there could be more. Like it's kind of like that, right? There's not really. I wonder if there's got to be some way to model the tectonic plates to try to figure it out, but I don't know. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's very different from predicting the weather. It's like you can anticipate, like, okay, we're seeing the stress, and
you can see the stress
predicting
building, right? And then
when
you can
it's
be like,
actually going to let go, that's the hard part.
I have a hard time predicting myself letting go of stress, so I can just imagine trying to do the tectonic plates. Be tricky. I just received a tornado warning for Smith Falls. I think that's a glitch because I don't think there's any tornado warnings right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. No.
No, I'm not seeing any. Maybe they got the old one that was issued earlier, because I think Smith Falls was on the edge of that, if I'm correct.
Like when you say you got that, did you get it like the Amber Alert? Was it like one of those that just sometimes those just keep going, right, for a long time after the tornado warning's over? Cornwall is raining hard, but not a lot of thunder where I am. Thank you so much for the report. Appreciate it. Tina's wonderful journey. Thank you for being a YouTube member as well, too. Appreciate that. It's been a while since I've streamed from the car. I think the last time I streamed from the car would have been 2013 or something. I think 2013 is the last time I streamed from the car. So it's been a minute. Oh, it looks like OBS is almost done downloading. Sweet. I wonder if I just share my screen now. I don't want to just share my screen. I'd rather use OBS so I can like crop it and resize it and make it proper. All right. 2013. Yeah, it's been a while since I've streamed from the car. Oh no, it's got to be later than 2013 because there was times where I think I went live one time in the winter when I was traveling back from Eastern Ontario, and there was a really bad snowstorm, and I went live in like a parking lot near Brockville somewhere. So that would have been and that was maybe in 2014 or something, or 2015 maybe, I don't know. So, but still, it's been a minute since I've last streamed in the car. It was an Environment Canada alert, so yeah, it was the alert ready thing, but thankfully I got to stay in my skin. Megan said, "Oh my goodness, yeah." When you get that Amber Alert sound, it's just like, I mean, you got to give it to them. You can't ignore that horrifying sound. You certainly can't ignore it. You have no choice. I almost didn't recognize you in the car. Well, I'm wearing a hat because it was like raining here. It's raining here in Barrie, so I'm like wearing a hat because I don't know if I'm gonna rent. And then I got the Twisters jacket on, right? So the Twisters raincoat, which was a gift from my aunt. Oh, love that gift. That's probably the nicest gift she's ever given me, and I appreciate it. Another Sarah said I'm in between Perth and Smith Falls, and I got the emergency alert too. So for some reason, the emergency alerts are continuing to go out. Don't get alarmed. Should we be in the basement at Kingston? I don't think so. I can double check, but I'm pretty sure you're all right. Let's see here. Ooh, I got too many reports open here. Let me dial them back. I don't need 72 hours of reports. Okay, there we go. Kingston, let me see here. I don't think so. Well, there's no tornado warnings right now, so chances are you don't need to be in the basement, but
Yeah, I think Kingston's probably fine because the strongest storms are to their northeast. There is some development near Napanee that's heading to the east to Kingston, but they don't look like they're doing much. They're not weakening, but they're not like strengthening.
okay. Yeah, I'm looking at those now. Yeah, it looks like the cold front is like right there too, which is interesting. Yeah, Kingston might see a storm. I don't know how strong it's going to be, but it's certainly not basement time right now. It's let's see what happens as the storm comes in time. Looks like we got a power outage report in Morrisburg. Power outage in Morrisburg. Thank you for the report. Appreciate it. I love being able to see these on the map. This is awesome. Okay, is OBS downloaded? It is. All right, let me install it. I'm installing software while we speak so that I can get my screen right up on the thing here. Okay, OBS on Mac, you got to drag it over to applications. That's right, and then it has to transfer it, and it's done. Okay, let me light up OBS here for the first time on this Mac. Good. Yes, I'm sure I want to open this. Uh-oh, I have to give it a lot of permissions here. Okay. Figures. Yes to OBS. Okay. That should work, I think. Okay.
I'm just bringing up this comment that I found funny from Jewel N. Free. Thank you for the super chat. Yep, I definitely thought you had a special guest on. Who is that guy? Sounds like Adam, but not Adam shaped.
Not Adam shaped. What shape am I? Oh my goodness, not Adam shaped. Okay.
I guess without a background because you don't have a green screen.
Oh, that's right. You know what's strange? Oh no, it's not as bad. There's a little bit of weak rotation actually by Cornwall, but it's not too bad. But there's certainly a little bit of weak rotation. Let me sorry, I'm just watching this in the background here. Let me see what it looks like from US radar. Is that an ambulance drive by me with the lights on? Oh, can you hear the sirens? We've got sirens. Yeah, no, there's some weak stuff going on there. There's definitely some strong winds. Someone says, who issues the warnings? Is it AI? No, it's definitely humans. It would be Environment Canada meteorologists. It's my stunt double. Yeah, I'm my stunt double. No, it's me. I'm just in the car right now with different lighting. Obviously, this is more natural lighting. And I'm wearing a hat, right? Because I have some hair under there somewhere. But I put on a hat. Where is Adam? It's me. I am Adam. I'm just in a different environment. I'm in the car waiting to pick my kid up. I have to, in 4 minutes, I gotta go. It's the hat. Yeah, sorry, it's the hat. In 4 minutes, I got a boogie, but I got my raincoat and ready. Why are we in the car? Oh, because I'm picking up my kid from school. Does Adam always have facial hair? In the last while, it is yes. Timu Adams says Miss Esri. Oh my goodness. True, where is Adam? Stop it. You're just trolling me now. You be nice. All right. Appreciate all your reports, everybody. Lots of good reports. Some really strong winds were reported in Cornwall as well. Someone said strong storms, heavy rain, damaging winds, and power outage for Cornwall. Someone reported. So it must have been a pretty decent storm that went through there. Thankfully, under a severe thunderstorm warning for that one. All right. 2-3 minutes until I got a boogie. But then I'll be back home not long after. Pretty much as long as it took me to get back on the stream. About that same amount of time. And then I'll be back.
We might be getting to the end of the stream anyways, because once these storms move out of Rockville, I'm not sure if
I still want to keep an eye on Quebec for a bit.
Maybe, yeah.
Just see what's going on there, and then eventually we might dial it down. We'll see.
Looks like most things are dying in Quebec too, but maybe they'll redevelop. It's hard to say.
It's all in front of the warm front, but so there should be a decent environment over there. But But
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe there's additional development. I haven't really looked at the models in Quebec, so maybe.
VTP here. Sorry, I'm just looking at some stuff in the background.
Let
I
me
don't really
see
have
if
time to get OBS going right now, but I'll get that for later. So if I'm ever in the car stream again, I can just pop it up. Let's see here.
Just gonna check
By
future
the way,
radar.
Brennan, in the admin map, make sure you go to the settings and go to volume and turn on update sounds. Go to volume and put it to 800%, and then you hear a little boop every time there's a new radar update. Let's see here.
Maybe there is, because it looks like the Cornwall storms are going to track to the northeast instead of eastward, so they will make their way into Quebec, and based on the future radar, it does look like they will strengthen a bit, so maybe there's a bit of a risk there.
Okay, all right. It's good to know. National VTP. Okay, so there's a little bit of VTP up there. There's a 1 maybe at the most. There's little pockets of 1 and little pockets of 0.5. So, 317. Bell rings soon. Better boogie. All right, I'll boogie, but it was fun with the car stream. I'll be back soon because I just have to. He pulled a Jim Gary. Yeah. All right, I'll be back soon. I just got to run and pick up the kid, go up back home, and then when I get home, I get everything situated, and then I'll jump back on the stream. So I won't be long. So keep the stream going. Who's the new guy?
Yeah.
What do they do without him? Stop trolling me. All right. Okay, everyone.
Now we gotta get rid of the imposter Adam. Bye.
Yeah, imposter Adam's got to go. I'll see you later. Bye. Oh no, you know what? You know what I shouldn't do, Brennan, right now, which I almost just did, is click the end stream button. Remember when I did that like 9 times when I was mobile? Like
I
remember
that.
Every time I would like leave the stream, I'd be like, "Okay, bye guys," and I'm just so used to clicking the end stream button, and I would click it instead of just leaving. So yeah, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to try my best. I'm just going to click the X to X out of this window. So I'll be back.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
And then there was one. Well, Alana's still in the background, so she'll keep me well behaved. So we'll just keep going back to radar to see what we're doing here. Oh yeah. Looks like that storm is the strongest part of that storm that was affecting Ontario is now crossing into New York. Just gonna see what the IW storm risk looks like. Probably the biggest risk right now is severe wind as it goes through Brockville. But Brockville may have missed the strongest part of the storm to the south. In the Fernbank area looks to get hit hardest right now. So whatever you're getting in Brockville right now, that's probably the worst it's going to get. And it'll start getting better as the storm crosses the border. Let's take a look up here. Cornwall just got a storm. We'll have to see, because if these storms have a bit more of a northeasterly motion, if we see some more development on it, it may also affect Cornwall too. It looks like they're kind of training, so flooding could be an issue for Cornwall maybe. Seeing like a long line of rain here. Just double checking to see what these storms are going off into Quebec. That storm near Howick has an interesting shape to it. But I'm not seeing much on velocity here. Just double checking here. We'll see what the new scan does here. But it doesn't look like there's much in IW storm risk. 2% tornado risk, so it's not nothing. It is under severe thunderstorm warning. I wonder what they mentioned. Let me check. Damaging wind gusts, up to quarter-size hail, and heavy rain. Oh, did they say tornado risk? I'm not too familiar with how they write warnings in Quebec, so severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes. don't know if that's a cookie cutter statement or if that's a special thing they added for that warning. We'll have to see. But yeah, the risk for Ontario is greatly diminishing. We'll have to keep an eye on these storms tracking into South Frontenac at the moment. Not really seeing much here, but we'll keep watching. Just one more look at velocity here. Doesn't look too interesting. What radar am I looking at? Let me look at it from KTWS, and it looks about the same as Franktown. Maybe some strong wind gusts into these storms that are tracking through Stone Mills, Harrowsmith, South Frontenac, Battersea, just north of Kingston. Kingston might get missed, maybe? Hard to say. We may get some more building to the south. Maybe? I don't see it, but the strongest portion of the storm is definitely going to miss Kingston. Right now, it's basically just that area near Odessa, which may clip the northern end of Kingston. So, yeah, not really seeing much in Ontario. We have a bit of pop-up activity to the northeast of Bancroft, near Mayo, Bruceton, Denby. Keep an eye on those. But I don't think the environment is that strong that far to the west, so I don't think it's going to do anything. Just going to take one last look. Is this gone up? No, it's still 13% severe wind risk. And the storm going through Cornwall. Cornwall's getting some rain and lightning, maybe. But I don't really see anything too concerning for Cornwall right now outside of the rain potential. Definitely could see some flooding there because the storm is just training along that line. It's not really moving that far to the south, so it's not really getting out of this area. It's just moving to the east. So keep an eye on that. Looks like those storms just to the southwest of Montreal might be strengthening a bit. We were looking at that. Don't think we have a new frame here. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to put some background music on. I will keep an eye on radar. I'm going to go around, look at storms. If I see anything that's concerning that stick out to me, I'm going to pop on with voice and go over it with you. But right now, I don't see anything that really needs discussing. So we'll keep watching. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Are you ready to go, Adam? I see you on the stream. You're on there. You're just muted.
No, I know. I was just talking to my kid on FaceTime. Can you make me less small?
Yep, working on it. This one. Yeah.
All right. I'll try not to chew too much, but I'm just trying to eat a bowl of some sort of cinnamon cereal from like Costco or something, but it's like has 0 sugar for some reason. Somehow it tastes sweet. I don't know. I don't know how they do that. Strong storms just east of the international border, southwest of Cornwall, there near Norfolk, New York. Pretty strong winds in there. The storm north of Kingston is looking like a storm. What's going on? Anything in Quebec here? Saint Remy area? Saint Remy? Remy. Ooh, I did it. I got a little Saint Remy. It's a very soft. Listening to my like my Dutch uncles and stuff, they'd be like, you know, there's a lot of right. There's a lot of rough kind of that type of sound, but Saint Remy. Allison says, "OMG, it's original Adam." I heard there was a Timu version of me in the car. Saint Remy, a little bit of minor rotation in there. Nothing too wild, I think. Yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna last here on the stream, but definitely seen some interesting stuff with the tornado warnings earlier. What am I? What am I like Clark Kent? I put on a hat and nobody recognizes me. It's funny because there's this nice lady that I'd always stand beside, waiting for my son at a school, and 2 years after standing beside her, one day she turns to me and she goes, "Are you the Adam from the weather thing?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "How did I not know? I've been standing beside you." She's like, "I always watch your live streams." She's like, all of a sudden she was just, I heard your voice and I thought, wait a minute. That was kind of funny. Emily's saying touchdown in Mallory Town. Can you clarify what you mean by touchdown? Started to type touchdown. Mallory Town. Front of Young. Interesting. I don't know what they call it. Front of Young. Touchdown in Mallory Town. What do you mean, Emily? By touchdown. You mean a tornado touchdown? Somebody asked about London. I think London's fine. Let me see. Southwestern Ontario is fine. Lots of wind. Pretty windy in the Niagara region, I would assume. We did get some reports of some pretty strong winds. I think I inhaled some of the cereal, so I need to cough it out. Hold on. Excuse me. Yeah, really all we have is the storm that's north of Kingston, and it looks pretty boring. There's a decent environment here, though, so it could get interesting. These storms that are tracking into New York State, there's a VTP of 1 there, so that could get interesting. But most of the environment is stateside. This Saint-Remy storm has a heart around it. Got a little bit of a bookend vortex there, a little bit of a curl. Oh, and there's actually a little bit of rotation on that too. Might want to go minor on this one because these two pockets of rotation are both increasing in strength. What percentage are we at? We're only at a 3, but I could see that getting higher here. Which way is it going here? Let's see. Back. Forward. Yeah. I think this is going to need a polygon. It's a polygon time. I'm going to do something like this. Okay. Kind of trying to move to the northeast, but who knows where it's going to go. Let's just do something like that. Seems like a good idea. There we go. There we go. Carefully monitored storm located. Oh yeah, I never zoomed this out so you can see what I'm reading. Storm located 11 kilometers south of Saint Constant near Saint-Remy. Traveling east at 69 kilometers an hour. Maintain speed and direction to reach blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And I'm going to go minor rotation. Yep. Looks good to me. Sounds good. 186 people in the path in Quebec, and you're about to get a notification. I hope you're not hearing me chew. Sam says Ontario storm reports. Yeah. That's a great place to send your reports. What are the chances our rain will hit Florida? Pretty small. What am I eating? It's some sort of cinnamon cereal from like Costco. And it has like 0 sugar. But because of the cinnamon, it tastes like it has less sugar. I don't know how they do it. I have 2 layers of noise canceling on so that you can't hear me chew and slurp on the cereal. Is Ottawa done? I mean, there's some storms still to the west of Ottawa, so you might still see something. You might still see some storms. I don't know how strong they're going to be. The overall environment is pretty weak. Are you done for severe weather? Probably. Stranger things have happened, but probably. And someone said, is anything wild going to happen in Montreal? And I don't know. At this point, it seems less likely. It seemed a bit more likely earlier. But this storm that's just southeast of Montreal is looking pretty interesting here. Down by Saint-Rémy. Amanda said Baynesville. We were looking at Baynesville earlier. Where did it go? It was right down here, wasn't it? Right there. Just rain right now. Maybe some gusty winds, but nothing too wild. The more interesting stuff is definitely south of the border here. But that just crossed into New York State. And then this down here by Saint-Rémy is looking interesting too. Emily said, how can I send you a video? I see her on Facebook. If you go to Ontario Storm Reports, it's our Facebook group. So go to the Facebook app, go to the search thing at the top, and then search Ontario Storm Reports. OSR, Ontario Storm Reports. Search that group, join it, and then you can share your report there. Make sure you put the time, the date, the location. That really helps. I check Pembroke? Yeah, sure. I think Pembroke's pretty boring right now. You're good. Pembroke, Squirrel Depot, Petawawa, whole area looks like maybe some rain. There's some rain kind of moving in. Nothing too exciting. Nothing too exciting. Fresh, exciting. Do 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 do. What was that from? Was that an actual song or was that just from a commercial? It was definitely used on a commercial, but was it a real song before? Squirrel Depot. Yeah, we love Squirrel Depot. That's probably, I mean, outside of Barrie, I would say Squirrel Depot is our headquarters. And also, if you go to Manitoulin Island, there's another squirrel place. What is this place? There's another Squirrel Town. So we really like Squirrel Town over here in Manitoulin Island, and we really like Squirrel Depot in Eastern Ontario. Those are two of our favorite places. Gobles as well, but you said only because I initially thought it was called Gobbles. But it turns out it's called Gobles. Too bad it's not called Gobbles. If I lived there, I'd call it Gobbles. Is there a tornado warning, says Lucy? No. Fresh, exciting, Trident Gum. Ah, it was a Trident Gum commercial. Mike says Cool in the Gang. Was that a Cool in the Gang song? Might have been. There's a little bit of a hook echo on this one. Where do you think you're going? Tiny little hook echo. Not much rotation, but definitely a little hook echo here. Near Missouri, Ontario, I believe. Yeah. South Frontenac area, just south of there. Tiny little hook. Not much rotation, though. Even if I go to storm relative velocity, nah. I don't know if that's getting it done. But maybe it's the radar we're looking at. Oh, the radar's perpendicular. It should be, if anything, it would show here. You can still see the hook from US radar. And if I go to velocity, nah. And what's the percentage? 0.1% tornado risk on that cell. Got a little, but there, there's something right there. There's just a little, no, that's probably a false hook. What is a hook, says Callie. Sometimes a hook can indicate rotation. It can indicate tornado potential, but you typically have to see rotation on velocity radar with it. Unless there's some non-sup here. Hold on a second. Before I write this one off, let me see if there is any non-supercell index. I think I got to refresh. There actually is some non-supercell for this area. There's a 0.5 and almost a 0.1. So I wonder if there's a little bit of a land spout potential with that hook. If you're near Gananoque, or did I pronounce it Gananoque? I think so. Let's see. Oh, Gananoque? I thought it's Gananoque. Anyways. I wonder if there's just a little bit of... I said it right, Gananoque. Yeah, that's what I thought. This is just north of Kingston here with that tiny little hook. Maybe I'll proactively do a little polygon on it. It's like this tiny little thing. And then we'll see the next frame because we get a new frame any minute now. And then we'll see if this is still showing a hook. Then I'll do a little minor rotation polygon on it. Something like that. That's right. Land spout potential today across Alberta and Saskatchewan, says amazing person. Watching the storm southwest of Regina right now. That's right. There's also some risk in the prairies. That was delicious. Wind damage report 4 minutes ago, eh? Let me go see. Yeah, we got to update that because if someone says damaging winds, that's one thing. But if someone says wind damage, that's a totally different thing. So where's my new frame? Get a new frame soon. Oh, we just got a new frame. Me. If this produces, I'll be shocked. Again, stranger things have happened, but if that produces, I would be a bit shocked. Yeah, a little bit of non-sup around here though, so there could be some just kind of weak funnel cloud activity, especially Smith Falls area, all the way up to Russell. There's a little bit of a 1 there, not a huge strong signature, but a little bit of a signature. Non-zero. That's for non-supercell, so that's something we can't even actually see on radar. We have to rely on your reports for that. So if you see a funnel cloud and it's safe to do so, please notify me through the app, because you can directly notify me now through the app if you see something like that. You go to reports, you put funnel cloud, you hit send, and then I will be able to look at that one. Good. All right. Let's see here. Oh, that is a Kool in the Gang song. Fresh by Kool in the Gang. No way. No way. A bit of gazebo damage. Where would this be? Near McCormick, Ontario from earlier. On that line, yeah. Pretty strong winds on that one. Good. All right. Let's see here. Yeah, we thought maybe we'd stream today, but things got a little bit interesting there. You know what I also have? I got a Chewy bar. That's all I need is more carbs. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Interesting. Amazing person said this Thunder Bay storm has a hook, and the non-supercell here is a 3. Let's see. National. Whoa, yeah. That's right. Whoa. I'm going to go funnel cloud potential. Funnel cloud potential with this storm located. Second here. I say located just north of Thunder Bay. Northern Thunder Bay. Tracking to the southeast. Mm-hmm. There is a hook with this storm, and there is some landspout tornado potential in the in the area. So please be safe with the path with the storm. Thank you, amazing person 3409. Looks good to me. All right. Send it out. 626 people in the path of that one. Probably should have mentioned there's also a little bit of a hail risk on that one, but I think the more important thing is going to be the funnel cloud potential with that. Especially with that big, juicy hook on that storm. Oh, there's the update. Well, hopefully folks in Thunder Bay get an eye on that. Actually, you know what? There's got to be some cameras, no? Thunder Bay webcam. Aha. Oh, there's the camera. We've got the nav cams. Let's go. Look at this. Oh, it's way over to the side. Hold on. Can I do this and scroll up? Aha. There we go. Okay. Which way is this looking? This is the north view. Okay. Back that up a bit here. Can I go? Why am I not on the high bandwidth version? Okay. Well, whatever. Okay. So that's the north view. And let's go back and look at the east view. Okay, we got an interesting look on it. Yeah. Let's go back here. And what's the south view looking like? Not as interesting. And this is the west view. All right. And these update, I think, every 10 minutes. I believe so. This one updated at about 13 minutes ago. But yeah, we got a good view of that one. Oh, my sister just sent me that from Niagara Falls. Tracy Spencer, thank you so much. Appreciate the report. That's worth keeping up. We should get a new image pretty soon on that one. I think they're every 10 minutes. Let's see here. If I go to the high bandwidth version, this is the NavCan site, Nav Canada. And if we go to this version, whoopsie, I see. There we go. So we can see exactly where it is. Yeah. So we want to be looking actually to the north and to the northeast. What is that? Is that just a smudge in the camera? I hope so. Whoa, is that an update? That is an update. Yeah, it just updated. Okay, here we go. What is this? Was there a smudge there before? I don't think there was. Oh, wait, let's see. Maybe there is. I don't know. Send that to Dr. Sills. Whoa, look at that shelf cloud from the east view. This is NavCan from Thunder Bay right now. This is west. This is south. This is east. And this one is interesting. Is that? There is some kind of smudge on the camera, I think. It only shows up in certain lighting. Yeah, this is definitely a smudge. Because it kind of smudges down here too. So there's a smudge in the camera. I want to go around to every single one of these cameras with a little... Just like, I want to give every single one of these NavCan cameras a wipe. Because there's some sort of spider usually, or... You can see all this, whatever this is. You got smudges all over this camera. So you're like, is that like a little trailing land spout, or is it just a smudgy camera? Looks like a smudgy camera. So anyways, those are from NavCan there. Let's flip back to radar. And so where is that airport? Well, we just saw it. It's right here. Okay. Thunder Bay International Airport. Okay. So looking to the northeast is the one we want to see. I think that view is to the north, right? Yeah. So that's to the north view. So that's really what we want to watch right here. So we're getting a good look at it from that camera. That's pretty sweet. It'd be nicer if it was video, but I'll take what I can get. Let's go take a look at some of the land spout index here. South of Regina, there's a little bit of land spout potential as well, some funnel cloud potential. Probably see that in the Environment Canada forecast. Let's pull that up here. If I pull up the day one, yes, there we go. Oh, okay. They've got like Medicine Hat, Brooks area in the funnel cloud potential in that dashed line there, but they did not highlight actually southern Saskatchewan. But definitely seen some twos in there. Seen an environment down there for sure for funnel cloud potential. Oh, they also have one up here that includes Edmonton, or at least part of Edmonton. Northeastern Edmonton included in Environment Canada's funnel cloud potential up there. Yeah, they're thinking these are kind of the two hot spots for maybe some land spout, some funnel cloud development today. So that's also worth paying attention to. And And obviously, you see pretty strong potential right there with that Thunder Bay storm. We're not going to get a new update on that for a few minutes, so we'll have to come back to that. A little bit of potential up here, too, in areas northwest and northeast of Sault Ste. Marie. You can see that little orange index here. And if we go down here, you can see the forecast for eastern Ontario. Let's take a look at that Carleton Place storm. That's kind of starting to kick it up a notch here. Maybe there's more for eastern Ontario. Let's see here. I'm going to flip this over from non-sup to supercell. And we can see, yeah, so there's a little bit of supercell here. There's a 0.5 and maybe a 1. So there's still an environment right here on this storm that's about to move directly into Franktown with some strong winds, actually. How strong do they get? All right. Strong winds on that one. Maybe we should do a little polygon, severe thunderstorm potential on that, just because those winds are kind of kicking it up a notch. Something like that. All right. Maybe over towards Kempville eventually. Severe thunderstorm potential. Carefully monitoring storm located 9.1 kilometers southwest of Carleton Place, traveling east-southeast at anticipated speed to reach Smith Falls by 4:40. And let's see here. Where's Carleton Place? Oh, I see. Southwest, did it say? Yeah, 9 kilometers southwest Carleton Place. Traveling east-southeast at 33 kilometers an hour into Franktown. It maintains that speed and direction and reach Smith Falls by 4:40. Where is Smith Falls? Here? Oh, way down there? I don't really think it's going that way. I think more so, yeah. I think I'm just going to not mention Smith Falls in this one. Damaging wind gusts are the main concern with this storm. Small hail, torrential rain, torrential rain and lightning are also possible. All right, let's see here. And that should be 410. Perfect. Looks good to me. Everything, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Send 800 people. Okay. 800 that have our push notifications for free via the app. And it looked like 6 people that had our text message alerts, which you can subscribe to at textmessagealerts.com. Radar is clean in Medicine Hat. When was that report? It's not a report, it's a forecast. So it's Environment Canada's forecast for the Medicine Hat area. Talks about the risk of funnel cloud development. But there's little pop-ups around there. Usually when you have these kind of funnel cloud developments, you don't really see much on radar. This must be a wind farm southeast of Medicine Hat. You can see there. Yeah, just little pop-ups here. Most of it is southeast of Medicine Hat, though. Let's take a look at our Thunder Bay storm. Still got a big hook on it. The big hook is now outside of my polygon. Come on. It's about to move into my polygon, though. Ooh, what about the webcams? Still the same frame? What time is it now? What time did we get that one at? It was like 13 after. It was about 3 minutes after we got that frame. So hopefully you got a new one soon. This hook is about to move into my polygon. So should I notify this tiny, tiny little corridor? I'm going to do the smallest notification I've ever done. Here we go. Shall we? Draw a polygon. Watch this. Let that area know. Maybe a little bit further south. Let's see here. Yeah, because it's going to go right here. Smallest polygon ever. Here we go. Funnel cloud potential. This hooking storm has a bit of funnel cloud potential as it tracks to the southeast. And you could say this is literally in Thunder Bay. Yeah, I would say. Right. Oh, it's right over the airport. Well, we're going to find out as soon as we get that new photo. It tracks to the southeast through the Thunder Bay International Airport. And there's a bit of the land spout tornado potential with this or in this area. So please be safe with these pop-up storms. And that looks good to me. 4:13. That's right, because Thunder Bay is still Eastern time. So let's see here. 59 people in that tiny little polygon. There's 55 people. That's the tiniest little. Look how tiny it is. It's just a little tiny. Oh, what's this now? Hello. And that's on tilt 2. Oh, that's on storm with velocity. Okay, let's go to tilt 2. Not much on tilt 2. Let's see. Let's go back to tilt 1. Interesting. Okay, I'm excited to see this next webcam update. Is that the new one? Here's your south view. Here's your west view. Is it? There's no camera pointing straight up in the air, unfortunately. Yeah, that gunk was right on the camera. All right. Tricked me for a second. That's a wild shot. Look at the wall of heavy precipitation on that storm that's moving through. I think it's heavy precipitation. Oh boy. So that is the Thunder Bay camera here from the NavCam website. Or NavCan. Not cam, but NavCan. All right. Well, tiny polygon. Look, it's just doing it. Beep, boop, boop. Extended the polygon out. Perfect. Okay. All right. See? That works good. Back this up. Let's go take a look at Eastern Ontario. I want to take a look at that Franktown storm. Pretty grumpy, actually. And what are the percentages on it now? 8% total severe on that one. Interesting. Let's switch over to non-sub. Actually, let's look at VTP. Who's got VTP? There's actually a little bit of VTP on that section of that storm here. A little bit more up into Quebec. That's a violent tornado parameter, VTP. And there is still some storms down here east of Saint-Rémy. And nothing too wild. Anything going on for our friends in New Brunswick? Some gusty winds and rain. And you can see all these actual Canadian storm tracks. It's pretty sweet. So we produce Canadian storm tracks now, even all the way up here northwest of Grand Prairie. Actually, Canadian storm tracks. I think this is the first time that any organization has actually created storm tracks publicly for like obviously I wouldn't know about something that was private, but publicly it's the first time we've seen Canadian storm tracks derived from Canadian radar. It's pretty cool. It's tricky though. You have to derive it from the full volume. You can't just derive it from you can't just do storm tracks from one tilt. You have to do it from all 17 tilts. You have to take the full 3D volume, and that is what helps derive the storm tracks. So it's really tricky. Nightfall said, I saw a tornado. Did you want to clarify when? Want to let me know? Oh, I'm in Thunder Bay right now. Thank you so much. Let us know what you're experiencing. Anything interesting? Camping near Cornwall. Any dangerous weather around? You already had a few good rounds of storms there in Cornwall, but the only thing I'm concerned with is the storm over by Franktown is eventually going to head over towards Cornwall, and it could be pretty strong. The one that just missed you to the south is showing some really strong winds in New York State. So you're lucky you weren't underneath that. 87 kilometers an hour, even higher, 93 kilometers an hour. So potentially some severe wind gusts on that one. Surprisingly, is there no severe thunderstorm warning from the U.S. on that? Oh, there's a wind advisory. Well, something. Better than nothing. Let's see here. Yeah, that storm going through Franktown's looking fairly grumpy at the moment. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, Nightfall. Do you have any more details, or you're just randomly saying that? What's up? What's up, Nightfall? If you could let us know sometime before Nightfall, that'd be great. Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on the live stream. We appreciate it. A Thunder Bay cell is pretty interesting, especially with that environment there. Overall percentage on it is low. The DBZ's pretty high. But yeah, if you want to see Canadian storm tracks, if you want to see Canadian storm relative velocity, if you want to see a lot of tools that are only available in this particular platform, it is called Instant Weather Pro, and you can subscribe to it at instantweatherpro.com. You can also subscribe to it via our free app. Of course, a subscription isn't free, but through our free app, and our free app is called Instant Weather, and you can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Lots of improvements coming to the free app. Lots of improvements coming to the instant weather implementation inside of the app. I think storm relative velocity is done, and Canadian Storm Track should be also done. So those will be ported into the Apple and Android apps, which is useful. Yeah, no. Good. I've got 2 albums to make. One is all the songs I made for my son when he was a baby. All the random, silly, and super catchy, surprisingly. There's a few of them. And the other one is is my solo album, which people are torn about the fact if I can be the only person on that album or if I'm allowed to invite other people to perform on my solo album. Just as long as it's called like Adam Skinner or something. We appreciate you streaming. Thank you so much. Perfect. I appreciate it. I appreciate you appreciating me. Thank you so much. That didn't make any sense. In fact, that sounded bad. But I know I appreciate the kind words, and I'm grateful that we're able to stream. I even streamed from the car today when I had to go pick up my kid from school. That's a first. But usually this storm stuff starts after I pick him up from school. But in this particular case, we were live streaming beforehand. If you're wondering what these big blobs are here, these are the Environment Canada forecasts, all the way up into the Yukon, Whitehorse, thunderstorms across parts of British Columbia, thunderstorms through parts of Alberta, with some funnel cloud potential here for parts of Edmonton to the northeast and for the Medicine Hat Brooks areas as per Environment Canada's forecast. We're also seeing some funnel cloud potential here in southern Saskatchewan too. Not a ton, but definitely worth keeping an eye on. And then we're watching some funnel cloud potential over here by Thunder Bay. And there's actually a really interesting storm going through Thunder Bay right now. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one. It may take advantage of that environment. And we go over here to Eastern Ontario. And it looks like there actually is a little bit of funnel cloud non-sub potential with this storm. Some strong winds here northeast of Franktown. Not that strong, 50. But still probably pretty darn gusty in that area. Let's take a look at the stuff that is southeast of Montreal. A little bit of weak rotation right here. Right in areas near Sabrevois. Some people subscribe to Duolingo, and some people live stream weather in Quebec and try to figure out how to pronounce all of the town names. Everybody's got their own path to learning French. Let's see here. Radar outage up there. Perfect pronunciation, says Jason. Thank you. I copied the computer. Let's see here. Malakoff storm's got an interesting, starting a little bit of a hook here. The Franktown storm, I'm interested in seeing the next animation, radar animation. We'll see what it does. In English, it's St. Anne. Oh, okay. Oh, St. Anna. Okay. All right. Always watching. See, look at all these Canadian storm tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see if they're moving the right way. Yes, they are. Love it. Love to see it. Isn't that fantastic? I love seeing Canadian storm tracks. Again, I believe only available on Instant Weather Pro. I'm sure, we'll get copied at some point, but for right now, only available on Instant Weather Pro. I think also our swiping, I don't know if anybody has the swiping tool. I heard something about someone having some sort of swiping tool, but I think pretty much if it's for Canadian radar, the only swiping tool to go back and forth between two different products is going to be on Instant Weather Pro. How's Ottawa doing? I think you're all right. Some storms developing to your west. Will they get going? Will they get interesting? I don't know. You might get some heavy rain. We'll see. Can you see the Quebec what level of tornado is? There's a small risk, but I'm not seeing anything really strong at this point in time. We did do this minor rotation polygon, I believe. Yeah, minor rotation detected, but I'm not seeing anything too substantial right now. We saw some minor stuff earlier, but it seems pretty weak at this point in time. And so we'll have to see if it does increase in strength or if it just continues to weaken. But these things are dynamic, so they can change. They can go up, they can go down, they can go left, they can go right. They can go forward, they can go back. They can go from side to side. I believe that's also considered a dance move. Curious about the Thunder Bay update? Oh, yeah, about the webcam. Let's go see. I think that's the new frame. Okay, here we go. So this is the south view. Whoa. That's a pretty dark cloud. Let's look at the, what? No, this is the south view. Ah, maybe a little something there. Maybe a little something there. Interesting. If only this wasn't a potato camera. Might be able to see some detail in it. This is looking west. This is looking south. This is looking east. A lot of heavy rain in there. And that's looking to the north now. So let's take a look at the south view and go back. Let's look at the north view and go back. That was actually quite interesting. You can see the storm coming from quite a distance, actually. So there's the storm over there. That's interesting. Right over the camera. And you can see that. Let's look west. Cool. I do like these cameras. I like their perspective. They got the kind of the big fisheye, and you can really see a lot of the sky. It's a great perspective, but it'd be nice if it was, if it was like 4K resolution and it was a video, or even like 1 minute updates or something. It'd be so much better. I wonder if I can reach out to Nav Canada and see if maybe they'll consider switching to like 1 minute updates. That would be incredible. I'll take potato camera if I can have 1 minute updates. I'll take it. That'd be pretty sweet. Danny, that'd be interesting. All right, let's see here. We're going to get an update soon on that one. No, not that soon. In a couple minutes. 2 or 3 or 4 minutes here. Oh, stretching time. Everybody stretch. Let's go. All right. I just want to keep an eye on this storm southwest of Ottawa right now near Franktown. I want to see a few more frames of that one. Let's go back and take a look at our storm in Thunder Bay. Changed a bit. Did have quite a hook on it just as it went over the airport. That hook kind of fizzled out after a few frames and has weakened a bit there. Good. When's our new update? Soon. Benedict says, why isn't Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan in the special weather statement? There's a thunderstorm there with a rain-free base and a mesocyclone. Really? Okay, I'll go take a look. In Meadow Lake. In Meadow Lake. I'm sorry, you're seeing a mesocyclone? I don't see any rotation at all up here. Zippity doodah. I don't know where you're seeing a mesocyclone. Maybe up here, but no, all that rotation is either noise or super duper weak. So, as for the special weather statement, you got to talk to Environment Canada about that. That's up to them. But I'm seeing a whole lot of nothing. Are you seeing like rotation in person? If maybe you can share a report with us if it's safe to do so. Based on radar, it looks like it'd probably be safe to do so, but obviously if you're seeing a landspout risk or something like that up there, it's different. But yeah, I see a whole lot of nothing on radar. But that doesn't necessarily mean there's not some visual rotation where you are. So let me know. James says, I'm seeing broad rotation on the storm south of Saint Jean sur. I can't pronounce that. I can spell it though. Almost. There it is. Oh, on that storm? Let's see how to pronounce this here. Richelieu? No, Siri. Siri's trying to start on my phone. Stop it. Yeah. Let's see. There's a little bit of minor rotation here, but it's nothing super exciting. Maybe a little bit right there. Pretty weak though. But thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it. I never mind checking that stuff. South of Meadow Lake. I looked at all those storms. There's nothing. Are you visually seeing it, or are you just talking about radar, Benedict? Is this near Collingwood, says Liam? No, we're not talking about Collingwood right now. There are some storms up there, but they look really boring. So that's good. All right, let me remove this forecast because it's driving my brain nuts. Occluded front up into Quebec. That just updated, and now it's an occluded front. The purple here. Purple occluded front that's gone through into Quebec now. What about Ottawa? I think Ottawa's probably fine. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some rain. So if you don't like rain, that's one thing. But this Franktown storm, still seeing some gusty winds on here. 53 kilometers an hour, but nothing super, super strong yet. You're welcome. I see. I do see a wall cloud, but I can't tell if it's rotating. Well, it wouldn't be a wall cloud if it wasn't rotating. Typically, wall cloud means rotating. But I know what you mean. You can see a lowering, right? But you can't tell if it's rotating. So I know exactly what you're describing. Can you send us a photo if it's safe to do so? Benedict, any chance you can send us a photo? Even better, a video. You download our free app. It's called Instant Weather. It's free. It looks like this. I don't know. I have a New York location loaded, but it looks like this. It's cool. You hit the report button, right? Here's our reporting page. And then you click that capture weather at the top and you open up a camera, or you can open a video, or you do a photo, and you can send it right to us. So if you could do that, and then maybe click wall cloud as the report option. And then that would be great. And I'll take a look at that. And let me know once you've reported it, because then I can just jump over to the map and I can go and check it out. What's the update for Cornwall? Cornwall looks boring right now. This Franktown storm may head over towards Cornwall a little bit later, but you're good. Good. All right. Yeah, radar's showing a whole lot of nothing for that Meadow Lake storm, but wonder when we're going to get a new update. We might get a new frame from that Thunder Bay camera soon. Is anyone interested in... does anybody have like a small business who would be interested in putting up a camera? And then we could promote your company. Every time we show your camera, we'll promote your company. That's what they do over at Michigan Storm Chasers, and they have like 200 companies, like 200 small businesses that have put up a camera, and so they've got 200 like live video feeds from like across the province. This is genius. I'm like, we need to do this. It's so smart. Absolutely. And then you get, I am interested, said Northern Spirit. Sweet. So you get free promo. Now, the way they do it is I think they actually have a team that would go out and install the camera, which is interesting. And then I think the small business had to purchase the camera or something to that degree. I'm going to find out from them exactly what's going on. They've been live streaming for days and days and days and days, so I don't necessarily want to bug them right now because I know that they might be a little rough for them. But oh, 1 second here. But goodness, sorry, 1 second here. My son's calling. Give me 1 second. I'll be. Okay, I'm back. But anyways, yeah, I think that'd be really cool, right? I think it'd be awesome. People who are asking for Ottawa, we are okay now. You can all sleep better until tomorrow. Just to clarify, before we tell everybody Ottawa to go to bed, even though it's not bad time, there's still some storms west of Ottawa, so we're still going to keep an eye on it for a bit. But they all look pretty boring. So Ottawa's fine. If something gets more interesting, again, download our free app, and if we send you a notification that something got interesting, then then you would know. So download our free app. It's called Instant Weather. Yes, great idea, says Wendy. Yeah, I'm gonna figure this out. I'll find out. I'll find out who their camera provider is, how much they would cost, and but they showed me. I was on a video chat with them, and they showed me like a page of like all their cameras. Like scrolled it, and it was just all these big, beautiful, wide angle, high resolution, cameras just basically mounted to the top of these businesses, just like looking out in different directions. And it was just like, wow, how useful would that be? That'd be amazing to be able to get like high resolution video from locations all across Canada of storm development. It would be fantastic. So Ions the Goat said just download it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, let me know if you use our app, if you like it. If you did the update, if that helped with any bugs or anything like that, let me know in the comments. But we just released our new app, so it's gonna take a little bit. We gotta massage it. We gotta work it. We gotta work out the quirks and make sure it's really solid for everybody. Our future radar says Ottawa's gonna get little storms here and there. Yeah, that's about right. Still some pretty strong winds there. Not too strong, but in the 50s, it could increase a bit over towards Kemptville. But currently, I need tea. Yeah. But currently, not too wild. But yeah, we got to work on that. We're going to work on that webcam thing and try to figure that out. I mean, of course, anybody could just go buy an outdoor security camera or something to that extent. And then you can just stream it to YouTube or whatever, and that works good. But I think with the system they have, it streams to a private server or something. I forget exactly how it works, but it looks really cool. So I'm going to try to find out more. I'll find out more, and I'll let you know if you're interested in maybe hosting a webcam so that we can get some cameras going across the region. And then for small businesses, it's perfect because I click on a camera and I pull up your camera, and it's got the way they showed me, they just have a big fat logo that says, Johnny's Auto Shop and somewhere, like, kind of thing. So it was really cool. I thought it was great. I thought it was a really smart idea. Wendover, Ontario. I can take a peek. Is somebody trolling me? Because Wendover, Ontario has nothing happening right now. Please, really bad here. Literally nothing. What's bad about it? Is it windy or something? I can't just see straight up wind there, but I'm not even seeing any wind on velocity. So someone said, wind over Ontario, please. Look really bad here. And there's nothing on radar. So are you trolling me or what's up? Let me know. Is Peterborough okay? I need to know. I think Peterborough's fine. The wind. Oh, okay. So it's really windy there. All right. Yeah, no, I don't see anything on radar. Like so there's probably just some strong system winds, but I don't see anything. I mean, you're really close to the low pressure, right? 988 low pressure. It's a strong low. And it's not far from you. You're not trolling me. Okay, good. Someone said tornado warning in Ottawa. Apparently not. There was a tornado warning east of Ottawa earlier, but there was never one actually for Ottawa. Now, people would have gotten the proximity alert on their phone, so they would have actually got a tornado warning on their phone in Ottawa. But the tornado warning was for east of Ottawa and not for Ottawa proper. You know? But no tornado warning for Ottawa right now. Whoa, okay. Starting to get some structure here in the Montague area. Montaigu? Is it Montaigu? Montaigu? All right, we're going to jump back to the Thunder Bay storm, take a quick peek at that. Ooh, maybe we get a new update here. We get a new camera update? Let's see. Aha. Okay, so this is looking south. Cool. That's interesting. Oh, that was interesting for sure. And that's going out over that hill now. And or that little mountain. Cool. That's from the Nav Canada cameras there. From the Thunder Bay Airport. Hopefully nothing happens there. Just a little bit of funnel cloud potential. There is some funnel cloud potential as well in deep southern Saskatchewan at the moment. Was it from Environment Canada? Hold on a second here. Oh, they were talking about a different app. I see. Okay. Well, that's okay. These things happen. Maybe they're just talking about the risk. But if they're making it seem like there's a tornado, that would be bad. I see. They have a misleading prompt at the top of their app. Okay. Brennan, can you search for that just to see what it is? I'll DM you. You're probably like, what am I talking about? I don't have that app. Oh, I see it. So they've got, so if you go, yeah, I see what they're saying. So on a different weather app, not ours, I mean, obviously you can see in the comments, so I'm just not going to say it. They have a forecast prompt, but it says, stay alert, tornado, rain, wind threat. But it's a link to their forecast, but it almost looks like I can see why people would misinterpret that and think it's a tornado warning. But no, that's just a forecast. Good. All right. I think we're pretty much getting close to shutting down the stream here, but we will watch this little squiggly storm. It's got kind of the squiggly vibes here. Got to keep an eye on these squigglers as they squiggle to the east. Not seeing much rotation on them, though, thankfully, but something's interesting with that structure. Peterborough, are we in for strong storms tonight? No, I think they've passed here east at this point in time. I think Peterborough is going to be just fine. Could be windy, though. The Montague storm, any rotation? Not really. It's got this kind of a little bit of a hook going on here, but I don't see any rotation on radar on velocity. Hmm. All right, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Total scammer blocked. I really like your posts, and I'd love to be able to chat with you. Can you send me a message? Total garbage. User was blocked. Goodbye. Ernest O'Dame. Friggin' scam profiles are the worst. Thank you, amazing person. I'll take a peek. Saying the storm on the Quebec border is looking a bit more interesting from the Vermont radar here. Yeah. A bit. Tornado watch, I believe, south of the border. Oh no, wind advisory. Oh, the tornado watch is over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. What about from Blainville? How does it look? Actually, it looks more interesting from Blainville, I think. Especially right here. Northeast of Magenta. Oh, and there's a little bookend vortex on that, too. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I'm on this. Surprised Dalton didn't mess with me, but he's always on those ones. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay, great track. From here to here. And let's do a polygon on that one. It's a polygon time. Yeah, rotation near Adamsville, Quebec right now. Amazing person 3409 coming through again. Like bookend vortex in Quebec. Adamsville right now. Heading up towards maybe Granby area. I'm going to say tornado potential because it's just got that look. Tornado potential. We detected tornado potential with the storm located 10 kilometers east of Farnham near ANG. Let's see here. Basically near Magenta. Oh, the Granby, is that the one it said? No, it said. Where is it? I don't know. Near Adamsville, northwest of Adamsville. Northwest of Adamsville, traveling east northeast at 70 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's looking pretty strong. Here we go. Orange, tornado potential. How many people? 97 people in that polygon. All right, sending it out. 97 people just got notified right here. There's an airport there, the ZBM Airport. ZBM Airport, Quebec. Let's see if there is they got a website. They do have a website. Do they have a webcam? Yes, I would like to translate it into English, please. No, their website is an icon. That's it. That's not a great website. Not a great website. Trying to see if there's a webcam there, but I don't see much. Adamsville. Yeah, bookend vortex right there. Rotation right on that bookend vortex. Tracking to the northeast. Multiple tilts of rotation heading up towards Granby area. That is looking pretty solid. Amazing Person 3409. You rock. This was actually still in our minor rotation polygon, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Perfect. Okay. Interesting north of Smith Falls, too. Yeah, I got to go take a look at that. Thank you. It's kind of hooking, but it's overall pretty boring. What's the non-sup right now? I want to take a look and see that. Oh, I just got to close some of these down. There we go. Why don't I just close these down? Isn't that better? That's a much better. You can't see it all, but let's go to non-sup. Not much in this area. So if anything has to happen here, it's probably going to have to be supercellular, which it currently isn't. But we'll keep an eye on that storm. But this one in Quebec, bookend vortex, up near Adamsville. Right here. Looking rock solid. 107 kilometer an hour. Probably should have mentioned that 107 kilometer an hour winds on that one. Bookend vortex, folks. Bookend vortex. Whoa, got even more bookendy vortexy on the next one. Yep. Right near the ZBM radar, northwest of Bromont. Couple of pockets actually of rotation. 1, 2, and 3. Couple of weak pockets of rotation there. Let's see what it looks like from KCXX. It's really picking up on that one. And that one. And a bit of that one. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely seeing 3 pockets of rotation there. And all of it is in the minor rotation polygon. Hooray. Yep. Uh-huh. Let's go back one. I want to see right at this strengthening point, what does the correlation coefficient look like? Not really a drop. Storm relative velocity is really picking up on it, though. Especially that one. Both of them. See, that's why storm relative velocity is useful. Like, look. So when you're looking at regular velocity, you're like, oh, maybe that's just some noise or something. But then you switch over to storm relative velocity and bam, you really see that red versus green, right? Because it subtracts the motion of the storm so you can actually see the rotation a lot clearer, which is quite useful. But yeah, it's really popping there. Good. All right. Down, ba-do-be-doo, be-doo, be-doo-be-doo. Da, 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 da. Okay. Hope everybody's staying safe, folks. High winds in Picton. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate it. New to the live, wonder if you can explain how we see rotation. You need to look at velocity data on an app like Instant Weather Pro or something, and you need to be able to look at velocity data, and you need to be able to really kind of understand what a couplet is, what mesocyclone is. You typically want to see it on more than one tilt, so a little higher up in the storm as well. This is showing up on 2 tilts for sure. And let's see, look at the next one. Yeah, definitely showing. Still seeing rotation on that cell. Tracking up towards Granby, Bromont area of Quebec right now. Augusta, Maine. I can take a look for you. We typically cover Canada, but I can take a peek for you up here. The winds look really strong. And there's another round of storms coming in behind that looks like it could have hail and some pretty strong winds as well. So I'd be staying weather aware in Augusta, Maine for sure. Pretty strong winds on that. Mm-hmm. Didn't someone mention Bromont Airport? Yeah, red just means heavy rain. Is there someone like you who does this in Quebec? Yeah, there's a really cool group called Quebec Vortex. They're friends of ours, and they do storm chasing and stuff in Quebec. And I would definitely give them a follow. Quebec Vortex is awesome. They also have a really cool a video game called Outbreak, Outbrk, and it's pretty cool if you want to kind of like simulate storm chasing. It's a pretty cool game. Lots safer to do it in the video game. A Goral says, not gonna lie, Adam, I thought you were about to say me. Oh yeah, somebody does in Quebec. It's called Me. I do stream in Quebec. Not all the time, but I try my best to. We try to cover Canada. It's a big country. So we're always streaming in Alberta, we're streaming in Saskatchewan, we're streaming in Manitoba, we're streaming in Ontario, we're streaming in Quebec, sometimes we're streaming in New Brunswick. I don't think we've ever streamed in British Columbia, but we should. Yeah. Should be streaming everywhere. Always be streaming. That'll be, Reed Timmer's always be chasing. Or was it always? No, his never stop chasing is what his is. Never stop chasing. So ours will be never stop streaming. Do-be-do-be-do. Mm-hmm. RT. Where's the King radar station? It's in King City. King radar station is King City, Ontario, which is if you're ever driving down the 400 in Ontario from Barrie to Toronto, you'll see it. It's a big golf ball on the left side. So if you're driving south, it's on the left side, right here. Highway 400, just south of King, just north of King City. That's a King City radar. And so it's basically just northwest of Richmond Hill and, southwest of Newmarket. Never stops, never stopping. Oh, you can see it right off the highway. Yeah, because it looks like because there's a bunch of trees and then you just see this like big white golf ball. So it's like, it looks like a giant golf ball. Same spot it used to be in with the old radar too. And that radar station was the first radar station in Canada, supposedly. That's what Dr. Sills told me, I think. Pretty sure. If I remember correctly, that's what he told me once. Some more storm development west of Franktown, tracking to the east. All of it looks pretty boring, but there could be some gusty winds in there. And let's take a look at our rotation in Quebec. Yeah, still see some really strong winds in here. Still seeing pockets of rotation. That bookend vortex looked pretty solid there. Pretty solid for a frame or two. Mm-hmm. Good. Yep. Let's see. All right. I think that's about good for now. I think we will shut down the stream for now. And if something wild happens, then we may continue to stream. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in Alberta now for areas kind of southeast of Edmonton and northeast of Calgary for that corridor right there. So we'll keep an eye on that with these storms probably moving in from the north here. Let's see what they say on that one. It said funnel clouds are also possible with thunderstorms that develop today. So they did mention a funnel cloud risk for areas southeast of Edmonton and northeast of Calgary, and that includes Red Deer as well. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Yeah, and again, if something wild happens, if somebody reports us, a landspill tornado or something to that extent, we may jump back on the stream. But I think Eastern Ontario is pretty much out of it. There's still some decent little storms happening. This one's got an interesting little hook here, but yeah, nothing strong on radar. So yeah, we'll keep watching these storms in Eastern Ontario. We'll keep watching these storms in Quebec, and we will continue to track this activity kind of around the Thunder Bay area as well. Any more updates from that camera? Let's see. Let's look at the south view here. Pretty much gone. The west view is interesting here. Ooh. That is a dark, thick rain corridor there. I think it's rain. Whatever it is, it's dark and it's hanging it's touching the surface. But I think it's rain. Maybe? Where's the airport here? Actually, it could be a hail core. The airport's right here, I see. Wasn't it in here? Right there. So when you're looking west, that's what you're looking at right there. Yeah, it looks like a hail core in there. Interesting. All right, yeah, I think we're going to shut it down for now. But again, we may be back, we may not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things develop. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. We've been live for 3 hours and 13 minutes, and it won't be long until we're live again. So thank you so much, Brennan. Appreciate your help.
You're welcome. Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks to Patricia, of course, and Lindsay and Dalton and Cody and Cole and Alana and Teresa, of course, and all of our wonderful YouTube and Twitch mods like Ms. Esri and Smith and everybody. We really appreciate your help. So we'll talk to you all very soon. And we may or may not be live again. We'll see. Bye-bye.